Before they're already in the music. Before that person goes into the studio, they're like, hey, I got money in hand. I'm gonna go to the studio and throw it down. What should that person already be set in their head before they go in?
Right off rip, they gotta create an identity for themselves to understand what type of artist that you want to be. Mm-hmm. If you're just sticking to being producing, you need to create that identity on what type of music that you want to produce, and not just go with what the trends are or what everybody else is doing. In turn, you need to start creating an outline for yourself or some type of way where you can structure your process on how you make music as well. You know, we done ran into a lot of people who just come down here and they're just a hot mess. You know, they just want to do this, do a little bit of this, sprinkle a little bit here, and they feel like we're just going to whip this together and boom, we got something magical, and it doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? Because there's people want to be entertained, but they want to hear some structure when it comes to your music. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're all over the place with your music, it's cool to be a little abstract and add little nuances to your music just to set you apart from everybody else. But at the end of the day, they need to see or, hear the identity. Because a lot of people who listen to your music may not even know you personally. So you got to put a little bit of yourself in there as well, as like, so they can kind of peep out a little bit of your personality or what type of person you are.
With branding, I know early on, before we really had gotten going, we had somebody that was trying to help us out, and when they were thinking about branding, they were just thinking, do you have a logo? Do you have your colors picked out? But branding's a little bit more than that. Like, you have to figure out where it is that you're connecting with your customers, your clients on kind of a emotional level. That's sort of the more important part of branding than if you go with a purple or a light blue for your for the color on your logo. But this person made logos for a living, so they had a particular focus. But when you're looking at branding, keep an eye on sort of everything. How are you going to really connect with folks? One useful tool you talked about social media, and you talked about word of mouth. Another thing that we used on, especially early on, is to get some earned media. So you can pay for your media, but that of course costs money. But if you can do things that's newsworthy and get write-ups in the paper, that's free media, and really people read that more than they read ads anyways. So to look for that earned media would be important.
I think also too is the moniker that's been, it's like an age-old moniker. It takes money to make money.
Believe in yourself and know that you it, or what you spitting is it, or what you doing is it, and it's gonna be it, bro. That's just what it is. Like I ain't. Like I said, we had never want to take that cape. Like, man, we the Superman of it all. Superman's is the hood and all. We just know what we got, and we just show up and do our job. And as long as you believe that you the right person for that, everything else gonna fall in.